G'day guys, HJ Briggs here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the LEGO Star Wars Yoda buildable character. As you can see here, this set is for ages 10 and up. This is set 75255 and it is literally just titled Yoda with the little Star Wars trademark there. This set has 1,771 pieces. Now I bought this set at my local Big W for only $130. So that price to piece range is pretty good, but of course you will see this set is going to have a lot of smaller pieces. So is this set really worth it? We'll get into that a little bit later in the video. As you can see here, this set is going to come with one minifigure, and that is Yoda, and I believe this is Yoda from Attack of the Clones. Now if I rotate the box around, nothing special. As you can see here, the eyes can move up and down, so you can change the basically personality of your Yoda. You can see here, it looks like the head can swivel back and forth. And here we just get a picture from around the back of Yoda showing that awesome hood made from the Lego. And you can see his older greying hairs. As you can see here, we also get that UCS styled plaque, the same as we got with the baby Yoda buildable minifigure. And we can see here the size of the Yoda. So he is going to be 41 centimeters or 16 inches tall, and that does of course take up a lot of length with that lightsaber, and he does not actually have a width, but I'm sure he will be a fairly sizable build. Turning around, just some nice picture of Yoda on the side there, and nothing else. So without further ado, let's get into the build. Here we go guys, here is the finished build, and as you can see I can barely fit all of Yoda with his lightsaber into this camera shot. You can even see part of the Falcon sticking its way through there. So if I just zoom in a little bit, there you won't be able to see all of Yoda's lightsaber, but you can just see his head, which is good enough. Now I didn't build this set in one go, I think I built it over about 2 days. And it would have taken me maybe about 3 to 4 hours all up to build. But as I mentioned, these tiny little pieces, all the exact same color, were very time consuming to put on. Nevertheless, this does look like a pretty decent set, and he looks absolutely fantastic. He looks so fierce and menacing in my opinion, and those eyes just really do stare into your soul. If I'll just give you a full once around of Yoda, you can see here the absolute sheer detail in all of these 10 pieces and the depth of this Lego model. That right there is a fantastic view just to see every single layer. Of course it was a painful process putting them on, but the end result is by far worth it. Even on the back here where you might expect it to just be flush straight down, you can see that they have that level of depth to make the cloak flow around his body. Of course you can see here this amazing hood piece. Looks fantastic in my opinion. The animation they've kind of gone with it looks like it's been pulled back over his head and it's just sitting there on his back. Looks fantastic in my opinion. It can't move or anything, it is built solidly into the rest of this, but it looks fantastic. Another fantastic thing I love with this cloak is how the cloak kind of falls down around his arms here. I think that level of detail is just amazing by LEGO, and I really do commend them. They have done a fantastic job. Now, of course, in the cloak, in the middle of his cloak, he also has this brown sort of torso print, and that goes down to a little bit of black at the bottom there. But at the top, we can see Yoda's head. Now, this head looks fantastic in my opinion, and they've done a great job for what they could do with the pieces available. I think that the level of detail they've been able to get just from molding bricks together, and again, these different levels of green tiles, you know, one in front of the other, it really does make that curved head look fantastic. And of course LEGO is square bricks mostly, so it is hard to get spherical shapes out of LEGO, so I really do commend LEGO on their job with this one. Of course, one of the features of this set that we saw in the box was that these eyes can actually rotate, so you can see I can move that one kind of in like that, move this one in like that, and now it looks like Yoda's full depressed. So if you want to have a depressed Yoda on display, then that's completely up to you. You can make Yoda kind of mediocre, just have him resting in the middle, like that. Still looks pretty depressed. Or you can have, of course, the fierce Yoda, battle ready to take down and fight absolutely anybody. And so, of course, that is just these tiles just rotating back and forwards like that, nothing really too special, no special techniques or anything like that there. Now another feature with this head is of course it can move just like that, so you can position Yoda however you want, whichever way you want him looking at, so that is a very nice feature. Turning around, you can see he has these white hairs growing on the back of his head, so I think that's fantastic detail. They really have incorporated that well into the build, and it really does look like it flows nicely. Unfortunately, these ears don't move at all, they're just stuck on completely stationary, but yeah, we can see this head kind of rotates. That's about the limit that it can rotate to, so not too far, but still looks very nice indeed. Now, of course, we can see Yoda is also accompanied by his green lightsaber, and I have just taken the tip off that lightsaber there, which just looks like that. It is a cone piece there. So, of course, the lightsaber is made from these amazing translucent green pieces. They are so cool to have in the collection, and so, of course, that is also centered around that white axle piece, which is very nice. I think they built that lightsaber really well. It's not really wobbly at all. I mean, the whole Yoda build is a little bit wobbly, but that lightsaber is very sturdy. That's not going to be able to break anywhere in the middle, so you're very safe with that on your shelf. In terms of storing Yoda, it is a little bit tricky. You have to have a bigger shelf, obviously, because Yoda actually only goes to there, but then the lightsaber is a decent 10 or so blocks taller than that. So that is something to take into consideration if you're buying this set. But the hilt of this lightsaber looks fantastic in my opinion. Of course, you can see Yoda here has his two green hands, and so they are clasping around the lightsaber. And of course, you can just pull these fingers away like this, and you can see the actual detail of the lightsaber underneath there. So that's just clipped onto the hand. That looks very nice in my opinion. Now, these hands don't have much posability at all. They can't rotate around at all, unlike the Baby Yoda minifigure we saw, but nevertheless they still do look very nice. And the way these hands actually work is you can pull the hand off like this, and so you can see here it does have that pin there, and that would just slot into the red Technic pin in the actual build. And so then this just goes here like so, and that would clip in to that slot, and then you can just rearrange the hands back around the lightsaber like that. Now, of course, this Yoda, we can see he is built on these 2 feet here. So each feet has the 3 toes, which are nice. They do give him a bit of stability. But one thing that I found interesting that LEGO decided to do was if I pick this figure up here, you can see he has been placed these smooth tiles on his feet. And so instead of being completely flat on the ground, he's actually raised a little bit on an angle. And so if you have this set and you move it around, even a little bit of motion is going to send him rocking back and forwards like that. So that is an interesting technique that LEGO decided to go for, but obviously your LEGO shouldn't really, hopefully, be rocking back and forwards, so I do think it's okay from LEGO's point of view. Now, of course, one special thing about this minifigure is if I rotate him over, you'll see that he is actually hollow inside. So, of course, that makes sense. You're not going to get a complete brick build, but you can see he is actually situated around this Technic frame inside there. And so this is going to be a bit scarring, much like I did with the Baby Yoda video, but you can actually pull these side panels off just like this, and you can see the inside of Yoda there. So all of the panels just kind of come off in big sections like that, big section of cloak. So you will actually make, this panel just like that, and then you'll clip it onto the build later. And so of course it is nice to see here that you do have some different leveling. You can easily see where these pieces go because of the colours there, and it is nice to get these blue Technic pins to let you know exactly where each of these panels needs to slot onto. But so it's pretty simple to equip this panel. You just get the panel like that, just slot it in, make sure that it goes in between these 2 panels here, fits in there nicely, and then a little bit of a lip at the top here. You do want to be careful that you don't pull any pieces off whilst you're trying to do this, because that is going to be hella painful to try and find where they go back on. But then that just all clips in, and as you can see, Yoda looks nice again. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this minifigure, or this buildable character I should say. Nothing much more special, so now let's take a look at the UCS plaque. Now, putting the buildable Yoda to the side, we can see the UCS styled plaque that we get in this set. So of course this is going to say Star Wars and Yoda. Homeworld, of course, unknown. Species, unknown, so that is the exact same we saw on the Baby Yoda buildable character plaque. Then we have height, 0.66 meters. Affiliation, Jedi Order. Notable apprentices, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Count Dooku. And of course his age is 900 years. We can see the lovely blue illustration of Yoda, which looks fantastic. And of course here we have the Yoda minifigure. So this minifigure is styled from Attack of the Clones, and he does look very nice. Of course this is no alternative face print because it is Yoda, and so that head is a special head mold piece, so that head can just pop off like so, very simply. There is Yoda's head there, nothing too special about that. And of course, because Yoda is a smaller minifigure, he does have these smaller legs. Unlike the legs that we saw in some of the Harry Potter sets, these ones can't actually move, so that is unfortunate. But of course, this is a display figure, so I'm assuming most of the time your Yoda figure is just going to be standing on that little plaque there. Of course, he also does come with the green lightsaber and chrome hilt, so that is very nice indeed. And the torso print, nothing too special, but a nice amount of detail that I'm sure LEGO fans would be happy with. Now, of course, earlier last week, I did release a video with the brand new LEGO Star Wars diorama sets, and one of those was the Dagobah Jedi Training. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. But in that set, we did see we will be getting a new print of the Yoda. So if you want to have both Yodas, if you're a huge Yoda fan wanting to collect both of them, so there was this one, and then also the one from The Empire Strikes Back. I would definitely recommend picking up this set just for that minifigure. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the plaque. Now I just want to do a quick side-by-side comparison of the Yoda buildable minifigure with the Baby Yoda buildable figure. And so of course you can see these are completely different sizes, but they are completely different characters. So which one of these sets you buy is going to be completely up to you. But if you want to see a more in-depth review of both of these sets, maybe a comparison side by side, just let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Now, back when this set first released, I'm not sure if you guys follow the LEGO community, but there was a lot of people who had some ideas of what they could do with this set. And so, if you know where I'm going with this, then this is going to be extremely funny. But I've done something. And there it is, Stormtrooper Yoda. So, as you can see here, this does look extremely strange, but this is kind of a what-if version of Star Wars. What happens if Yoda turned to the dark side and, I guess, became a Stormtrooper, not even a Sith. He wanted to become a Stormtrooper. So we're not going to judge Yoda, he can do what he wants, but this is pretty cool that you can do this with this set. It doesn't take a lot. Obviously this head here from Yoda is connected to the main body using these Technic holes here, and so basically if you pull the Stormtrooper off of his platform there, he's got the Technic thing pin here, which you can just slot onto his head there. So really not a lot of work needed to go in there. And if you wanted to display your Yoda like that, then go ahead. I think it looks fantastic. So there you go, guys. That wraps up my review of the LEGO Star Wars buildable Yoda figure. And is this set worth it in 2022? I would say absolutely. This is a solid build, and I think it looks so fantastic on display. If you are a classic original trilogy fan, Empire Strikes Back, or even if you are a fan from the prequel days, from Attack of the Clones, this is a fantastic set to get, and a fantastic addition to your collection. Of course, with that UCS styled plaque, it makes great for displaying, and yeah, in general, it just looks absolutely fantastic. For that 1,771 pieces, you are definitely getting a fantastic build. Even if a lot of those pieces are just a smaller detail, every single piece is definitely worth it. And I think that price range of $130 is very fair. Now, this set I do believe is coming to retire towards the end of 2022 or midway through 2022. So I would definitely recommend trying to pick one up before it's too late, and maybe even trying to get this Lego set on clearance. I think you would have a good chance of doing that, and I would say it is definitely worth it. Now, if you watched last week's video, you would have heard me already mention this. If you haven't watched that video yet, please don't forget to check it out. I'll put a link in the description. But for my birthday recently, I just received the Lego Star Wars The Mandalorian helmet. So of course, this is one of the brand new sets for the 2022 wave, set 75328 with 584 pieces. So this set looks fantastic, and you guys told me that you want to see a speed build, so I will be speed building this set, and I will be uploading that to my channel in the coming week or so. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. Make sure you like and subscribe with notifications on to make sure you don't miss any future videos. That's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.